For centuries, Iceland was a nation of survival battered by nature, isolated from the world and scraping by on fish and folklore, under Danish rule until 1944. Like many small nations, Iceland declared neutrality in the war. Iceland was occupied first by Britain in 1940 to prevent Nazi control, then the US took over in 1941 with Iceland's consent, before US entering the war after Pearl Harbor. Iceland went from being one of Europe's poorest countries to having a higher GDP per capita than the United States in just 50 years. This tiny island nation, with only 370,000 people, was basically a forgotten fishing village, until they discovered their secret weapon hiding right beneath their feet. For centuries, Iceland survived on fish and sheep. The winters were brutal, the land was mostly unusable, and most young people left for America or Europe. In 1970s, Iceland was still one of the poorest countries in Europe with almost no industry. Then everything changed when they realized they were sitting on a goldmine of geothermal energy. In the 1970s, Iceland invested heavily in geothermal and hydroelectric energy, reducing dependence on imported fossil fuels, especially during the 1973 oil crisis. It began tapping its natural geothermal heat on a larger scale for heating homes and generating electricity. Those same volcanic forces that made life difficult also created unlimited free energy. Iceland started harnessing geothermal power to heat entire cities and generate electricity at almost zero cost. This cheap energy attracted aluminum smelting companies from around the world. Suddenly, Iceland became a manufacturing hub, but the real game changer was when they used this energy advantage to become a data center paradise. Companies like Google and Facebook moved their servers here because cooling costs nothing in Iceland's cold climate. Tourism exploded next. The same dramatic landscapes that made farming impossible became Instagram gold. The Blue Lagoon, Northern Lights, and Game of Thrones filming locations brought millions of visitors spending serious money. Iceland began to transition into one of the greenest energy economies in the world. By doing so, it laid the foundation for future economic stability and sustainability. Today, Iceland runs on 100% renewable energy, has virtually zero unemployment, and their citizens enjoy one of the highest standards of living in the world. They transformed their biggest disadvantages into their greatest strengths. Sometimes the thing holding you back is actually your biggest opportunity waiting to be discovered.